Today, I have a concise history of Kawai's Millennium III action and how it came into existence. Stick around. Hi, Ted Barsley with Alamo Piano Galleries. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to list them. We've been getting a lot of good viewer ideas from there. And one of them I wanted to go over today was the use of plastic materials in pianos, quote unquote, as salesmen say it. And if you haven't, do look at our website, alamopianogalleries.com. A lot of the pianos that are, a matter of fact, mostly all of them that are on videos featured on this channel are going to be available there for sale. You can find out additional information, and then I think there's an individual one-on-one demo on a lot of the pianos. Also, any ideas you have on digitals, we're going to get back into. Lately, I've been doing a lot of acoustic piano stuff, but things on digitals, we have a good digital series planned for the next coming weeks. Focusing on materials, I want to talk today about the Millennium III grand piano action that Kawai has developed. It didn't start off that way as being carbon fiber. It started off as, in the industry, it was called as plastic materials, but it's actually ABS styrene. And it's funny because I'm looking, we have a lot of the Strymon effects pedals for guitars. And so people are wearing those shirts and I'm having to think that it's styrene for the plastic. So a lot of these same kind of words. It's really interesting because the development of quote unquote plastic parts in the piano started off with a lot of negativity. However, there was a lot of bold for the innovator to use this stuff. And so there's actually a special section on Kawai's website, if you go there, where they talk about the Millennium III action. And I don't know if any of our listeners have ever gone there and read through it, but it's kind of interesting because it was as a precision manufacturing and a cost containment idea to improve the piano by using newer materials. The idea for newer materials came about at Kawai for developing better precision, accuracy, and of course, life timeliness to the life of the piano. And what started a lot of this was, it didn't start off immediately. It was something a little bit different. And it started with, they show you this, aircraft, Formula One cars, bridges, other musical instruments, sports equipment, I'm gonna come back to this one, and world-class racing bikes. All of these things swapped out some kind of materials. What's interesting about sports equipment, and this was Kawai's response, because you think about winning over this audience. Golf had to make a decision from going from traditional wooden shafted clubs to space age, modern age, synthetic materials. Iron, carbon fiber, all these different things showed up in golf clubs, and acceptance in that golf world was probably a lot easier than acceptance of plastic component parts inside a piano, even though every piano manufacturer for the last 50, 60 years has plastic in them. They won't admit to it, but all the keys are pretty much some kind of form of plastic. So with that, Kawai went forward and they developed the ABS styrene action to replace wooden action. And when skeptics came out, they went forth and made evidence. Scientific tests. They compared the ABS styrene flange to a wooden flange. And so the styrene flange is, 102 pounds before it cracks and breaks the strength, and wood breaks at 61, under 62 pounds. So it's almost twice as much. Meaning longer life of the piano. There's dimensional consistency. Every single one of these actions are the same. Resistance to swelling, they're not subject to humidity. Changes in temperature, changes in air, doesn't affect the action. And that is going to maintain that the hammers and everything works a lot better. And longevity, they take 27-year-old Kawai pianos and put them in there and they still played like they were brand new. So it was tested. Space age materials, they actually did evidence and tested it. And then the one thing for winning over an audience is from human to human is you have to have some kind of, spokesperson. So what they did is they collected a collection of quotes from really well-known, reputable piano manufacturing assistants and technicians, and I won't name the names, but here's some of the quotes. ABS, yes, I have never had a problem with any Kawai ABS action parts. Plastic parts have a number of advantages over wooden ones. They can be made more uniform in shape and weight and are different to temperature and humidity changes and have no glue joints to come apart. That is from Larry Fine, the guy that wrote the most treasured book on how to find a used piano, and a new one if you'd like. ABS advantages over wood are numerous. The reliability and consistency in manufacturing is unbelievably good. Kawai is a bold innovator. The final test came in the fall of 1998 when California Polytechnic University tested the materials, which had those results I was talking about. But the overall was that the research compared ABS styrene piano parts versus their wood counterparts with regard to strength, dimensional consistency, resistance to swelling and shrinking, and longevity. And those were the compelling results that I told you. And remember that a lot of this started by use of the 70s when tennis rackets were changed from wood, golf clubs were changed from wood, and these sports started accepting the use of non-wood materials based on the fact that the wood is far from ideal for uses requiring high precision and resistance to high impact. The piano parts made out of wood are different because they are parts that actually move and come close to rubbing together. So with that, development of the Millennium III action has a history based in other industries and adopting newer space-age materials, which would be like polymer plastics and even like carbon fiber Millennium III action. So with that, we have the development of a really precision, accurate, and solid foundation for the frame of this action to work on, which Kawai provides, just results in extremely delicate and powerful use of action in a piano. And if you haven't played any Kawai piano with the Millennium III or carbon fiber, or even the ABS styrene action, I encourage you to go into a dealership and play one. And until then, if you have any questions or comments regarding the Millennium III action or the adaptation of ABS styrene parts into piano components, leave questions and comments there and we'll get back to you as much as possible. Thank you so much for your viewership, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. This is Ted Barsley with Alamo Piano Galleries.